all of those things aside, I don't really care why. I just know that I need to go back over because the evidence is showing me that I need to teach them a little bit more, or just kind of remind them of things that they might already know. Good morning, friends. Welcome back to the Caffeinated Classroom. If this is your first time here, my name is Marie. I'm a high school English teacher and I just got to school. You can kind of see, like, the sun is, well, the light that you see there is from like the stadium lights that are behind me. I'm parked right next to the stadium. It is pitch black. It is before 6:30 this morning because last night I fell asleep with a laptop on me trying to finish prep for today. It's just one of those days, one of those weekends, one of those months, one of those years where no matter how much I hustle, I am never completely on top of things. And rather than letting me stress it out, I just go, okay, I'll figure it out. So here I am at the literal crack of dawn. I see dawn cracking to my right. I'm gonna go inside my classroom and pray that the heat is on because I can't remember if I left it off. I really hope I left it on because I'm a sissy and I can't do cold very well, which is why I live in Southern California. So wish me luck. When I get inside, I will update you guys on what I have been working on and what we're working on this week in my classroom. Okay, so I just walked in and yesterday, if you follow me on Instagram, you saw this post. I just got like, I don't know, I just got like a bee in my bonnet and I decided I have to change my desk configuration. And I've been thinking about like a standing desk for a long time because the way that my computer was, it was like facing out to the class. And so whenever I worked on my computer or even like took attendance, my back was to my class. And then like the screen up here, I had to do this weird like turning, really counterintuitive thing when I was trying to show anything on like the dot cam or on the screen and like advance the slide. It was this weird like running back and forth, never quite knowing what I was doing, chicken with my head cut off thing. So a large part of that was this humongous 3-part desk or like 3-angle table that was in this classroom when I moved into it last summer. Cool. I do have a video that shows kind of like a little tour of my desk area so that you can see, and I'll link it up so you can see what it was before. But I lost my mind yesterday and just decided in the middle of first period I'm gonna start moving things while kids are working because all 3 of my classes had like work to do yesterday that like they kind of needed me for, but just like needed me to be around, and I was gonna get some grading done, but like I didn't like having my back to everybody when I was grading, and like that my computer screen was facing the whole class with my grade book, blah 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 blah. So I just started moving things around, and when I walked in just now, I like forgot that I did all of that because I legit like passed out so hard last night because I was so tired, and it just like shocked me. So like I'm just gonna show you the scene when I like walk in here. Okay, I'm gonna take you to the door. This is how you remember I'm a drama teacher at heart. Okay, so here's what happens, right? I walk in the door and it's dark right now, okay? Pretend it's dark. And I'm walking and I'm walking and I'm walking and I'm like, oh, look how nice. Oh, table. Like, okay, maybe that wasn't as funny for you as it was for me, but that's okay. Anyways, I'm liking the way that I have things kind of arranged. You can see I have like a lab table that's extra from our science department that I'm turning into a standing desk. I think I'm gonna have to prop up my computer screen, but that's fine. I'll figure it all out. This morning I'm just gonna be working at a very short chair and then like putting my elbows up to type. And then I have my regular table here like I normally do, but I have quizzes to write for first period. Not write completely. I just needed to finish some of my text-dependent questions with passages from the books, and the books are here. I did not take them home with me yesterday because I did not think things through completely. So I am going to finish my quizzes for first period. I'm also going to be working on a little like collaborative pre-writing theme into message activity discussion poster jam, and I will tell you all about it later. I gotta get to Hello again. everyone, good afternoon. So it is after lunch right now and I'm actually on my prep. So I do have some work that I need to get done, but I just wanted to kind of talk you through what I did with my freshmen today because it was the beginning of a writing process having to do with some analysis of mice and men. And this is not an idea that I can take credit for because it is very much the work of my colleagues, of my freshman team, but I kind of took a couple different activities that they do and I mashed them together. So basically today we were talking about themes or like topics that we can find in literature, specifically in Mice and Men. And then from those themes or topics, extracting a message or like a theme statement, something that is arguable that can then be turned into a claim for a paper or for some analytical or argumentative writing. So I took a couple of activities that my colleagues do. And one is a whole list of different statements having to do with the Mice and Men. They have this whole list of them and they have to circle Y or N, like yes or no for this is a theme statement or this is not a theme statement. And if it is not a theme statement, on the side they had to write why. Like what about this statement makes it not a theme statement? Is it not arguable? Is it too specific? Whatever. So we went through 15 of those. After we got through all 15 of these possible potential theme statements, we only had about 10 of them, I think, that were theme statements. So anyways, after we look at all of these theme statements and we kind of decide what topic that they pertain to or that they like come from or go with, I broke my students into just their regular table groups and I gave each table group one specific theme or topic, whether it was friendship, loneliness, weakness, or power. And they had to create like a poster. And this was another idea of one of my other amazing team members. And she calls it a theme topic poster. And so what they had to do was with whatever theme or topic I assigned them, they could either use one of the example theme statements that we had seen on our sheet of like yes or no, or they could write their own, or they could like reword one of them. It just depended on like the comfort level of that group of students with writing a theme statement or a message. They had to find two characters from the novel whose actions, like thoughts, basically characteristics, illustrate that theme statement that they created or that they chose from our list of theme statements. Messages, it's all meaning the same thing here. And then for each character, find 4 pieces of evidence, 4 quotes that prove the theme statement, right? So as you can see, they are visually like on a big piece of paper outlining an entire essay. So I just want to show you what they look like because most of the groups got done with writing a theme statement based on whatever like topic I gave them and then picking 2 characters, and they got most of the way through finding all of their quotes, all of their evidence to back up whatever it is that they're proving. I have not yet looked through them to see how successful we were, but I think I'm gonna take you guys with me to see how that worked out. So I pulled 4, and I'll zoom in a second. I just put clipboards over their little names so that they can be private. Let's take a look at this one first. So as you can see in the middle, it says theme, but they mean to say theme statement. Dreams give people hope and the strength to overcome hard times. And that's one of the ones that I gave them on the sheet with the list of is it a theme statement, is it not a theme statement. Fantastic. The 2 characters that they've chosen are Curly's wife and Slim. So let's take a look at the Slim quotes and see how we did. So if we are proving that dreams give you hope and strength to overcome hard times, let's see, okay, there was a gravity in his manner and a quiet so profounded that all talk stopped when he spoke. His authority was so great that his word was taken on any subject, be it politeness or love. This was Slim the Jerkline Skinner. So I don't know that that one is going to prove anything about dreams. So we might need to go back and kind of address. I'm looking at this top one right here. I don't know that this addresses their actual theme theme statement here. So I think I might need to go over that a little bit more, how to find evidence that actually proves what it is that you want to prove. So that's good for me for planning for tomorrow. Let's look, maybe this one. Candy looked helplessly at him, for Slim's opinions were law. I don't know that that has anything to do with dreams giving people hope and the strength to overcome hard times. So this is telling me that I need to go back over. Okay, they found 2 characters, great, but the quotes that they found don't prove this. Like, they're not evidence to prove this just yet. So that's something that I need to go over tomorrow. Let's look at another poster and just see if I notice this trend continuing or if maybe just one group didn't understand. Okay, so our theme statement.
In order to feel stronger, even the weak still find others to exert dominance over. Okay, so this one was about power. And we have Lenny and Curly as examples. I'm interested to see how they took Lenny as an example of that. I can see where they would get power from that, physical power. I don't know that they can make a good connection. I don't know that they can make the connection and analysis that has to do with exerting dominance over, because I don't know that Lenny knew what he was doing. So let's see if we have another one. And he shook her and her body. Yeah, see, I see again, this is about when Curly's wife is killed. This theme statement tells me that when a person needs to feel stronger, they purposefully exert dominance over others. Lenny doesn't ever do that because he doesn't know what he's doing. He does not comprehend. Curly, on the other hand, I think these ones are going to be great. So Curly stared levelly at him. Well, next time you answer, when you're spoke to, his elbows were still bent out a little. Yeah, absolutely. This is a point where Curly doesn't feel that great, and he knows that he's tiny and he has a bit of a complex and exerts dominance.
I'm really, really glad that I just took a minute to go and look at these and do it on camera, because doing this on camera made me really think through exactly what this evidence is showing me about learning. And what it is showing me is that I need to build in to our lessons over the next couple of days, showing how evidence proves something, or like the quality of evidence that we're looking for. And we're not just looking for quotes about Lenny. We're looking for quotes proving that Lenny is an example of this message or of this argument or whatever it is. So I need to do that a little bit. But yeah, so you can just kind of see like what they were creating today. Not all of the groups finished. In fact, I think most didn't finish, and that's okay, because now I'm gonna look through the rest of these posters and determine if every single group needs to go back and make sure that their evidence is legitimate. I am not gonna let them move on until they've proven to me that they understand these concepts and that they can show me examples of practicing these skills with these posters. So like finding evidence that truly proves the message is going to be what we're working on tomorrow. So I'm gonna look at all of those right now and just put a little post-it on each of the ones just to mark, so that I can talk to each of those groups individually. If there are only certain groups, that tells me that there's a hole somewhere in my teaching, and I need to just kind of help them understand that. And I don't think it's gonna take very long. I think it's gonna be like 10 minutes tops for us to go over and need to show them some examples of evidence that truly proves something, if even 10 minutes. And then they'll be able to go back, and those groups that are done can go back and evaluate their quotes and their evidence, and those groups who haven't yet finished will be able to move forward having like more direction and more purpose. So I'm gonna go ahead and get working on that. Alrighty, so I just did a bunch of work and then was able to go through both classes of mine, both my freshman classes, posters that they made today, and like I thought, about 60% of them actually finished, so many students need to go back. And it was interesting because one of my classes, most of the groups need to go back and evaluate their evidence, like all but 2 need to go back and evaluate their evidence. And in my other class, it was like 50-50. And I think it's interesting that the one class that needs to go back and evaluate their evidence is the one that's right before lunch. And it started getting warmer outside, and it started getting warmer in this room. And they are generally a little bit rowdier of a class. And I don't know how much of that I can attribute to the personalities in the room, and how much of that I can attribute to the fact that it's later in the day and they're getting hungry and they start just getting a little bit antsy. All of those things aside, I don't really care why. I just know that I need to go back over because the evidence is showing me that I need to teach them a little bit more, or just kind of remind them of things that they might already know. So we are gonna spend some time tomorrow making sure that they understand the connection between evidence and what they're actually trying to prove, because it's showing me that not everybody understands that. And that just kind of makes me realize, like, or not makes me realize, but that just made me think about what I wanted to talk to you guys about really fast before I go and revamp my lesson plan for tomorrow just a little bit. I'm just gonna tweak it. Nothing's gonna get like thrown out the window. We're just gonna change gears a little. It's so important to have moments like this where we look at what our students are creating for us in real time, not after the fact, not an essay that they wrote and then we look at it
way after they're totally done and realize, oh, these are all the things that they need to learn, because at that point it might be too late, right? Like it might be their final, they might be done. We need small incremental skill assessments and evaluations throughout the process so that a final or a midterm or whatever it is, or like a closing assessment of a unit, is truly assessing the skills that they have built. Because if I were to just let these posters go and let them go up on the wall and kind of say, oh, hey, some of these aren't quite right, but not address this in the moment and not take the time to say, I see that you guys got this a little bit confused. Let me show you what I see that's not quite right. And let me show you what I would like to see instead. And then let them talk to me and explain to me their understanding and find the gaps between where I am and where they are, and like I'm where they need to be, right? If I can't do that in the moment, I am missing a golden opportunity for teaching, right? Like true, real, in the moment teaching and coaching them along to gaining these skills that they need to gain in order to succeed in this class, in subsequent classes, and beyond the walls of this school. So I'm really glad that I did that. I need to do more of that more often, not just with writing, but with reading, with all of these different things that we're doing, speaking and listening in this room, making sure that I am taking little moments like this to assess what they know now and take it forward. Sometimes that comes in the form of like an exit ticket or a quick like thumbs up, thumbs to the side, thumbs down, where's your understanding? But I like stuff like this where it's like real legit evidence as we are working towards a larger project or like a larger piece of writing along the way to show me like, here's where we actually are and here's where we're not quite yet. So tomorrow we're gonna try and like bring everybody up to baseline and then move forward from there, writing claims and then outlining body paragraphs and doing some good old argumentative writing. So I need to get going and tweaking my lesson plan. I'm gonna sign off with you guys now. Thank you so much for watching. If you've not already subscribed to this channel, please take a second to do so. I am doing just about daily during the week vlogs. I do at least 5 classroom vlogs a week, and sometimes I'll throw in a teacher mom at home weekend vlog as well, just to kind of show you the like big global scope of what it is to be a teacher in the year 2019. Okay, I'm getting weird. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye!